kena rongodi na Serekali Namaki ni kuwa ena viando tani toka kababi ni binaka bonga lebu kina bekem ni nanda unana magiti kumakina o boreta gatiko ninda bogana matatiko ena bula moyongo ena boko ni GIRMIT day watake na RT.SUKUNA day yasa ndababi ni binaka nitiko na dona nonda ngone lewa karena ngai ba madala takiranga ena mataka binaka niko lewa andro binaka
Yanda saka.
Yandro binaka ni ba madala takim ni mata
Maka isa ni mbule binaka na ranga o Litiana Kolikata au ngoni ni tailevu au rasu ya sawa au buli primary school kasa buli chingo ya assembly za God high school apa dia zetin chiko binaka.
Oh, na wali sar nungulaw na makisauti sar talaga me ke bakay rawa muri ti kumay kem ni ambo mo wili ka talaga do na Serekali enang ono bata bango no moleso ni kundo talita ka na bola Serekali
Iya saka.
Tapos no moleso ni buli
Au tungchingo na geography na history wat kana economics.
Ke bana matutaliti ko na buni bitorongi azabana nomun kakabaki ni benga na sambermai ena no mubuli toradaki dabana un plan
Nungu plan meu non mi stangas mekina meu dakavchingan dak hotel ta kawakango na Vola Serekali beta me kuning ulit atkin kami van numshakin na dak ko may dakavambi ko na GIRMIT ngo na kan me washikin wat ke RT.SUKUNA beta lore chingo wakasale usara ngule na contributions rama dakava na vonoviti
na wala besar na darsan na rongon sar na ni Serekali ena mataka bilang ni ko nakaliti
GIRMIT voyage ventured across PANI. The journey of the 42 ship began from 1879 till 1916, venturing into the PANI, carrying GIRMITiers during 87 voyages. These mascots of the white ghost that rode the silent seas that cast sails and mast. The journey over the still blue waters, leading them to a wondrous unknown land. The shadows that more reflect of calm void, dimmed that all was lost in darkness unclaimed. Not knowing this joyous ride would turn to sorrowful agony, betrayed to accept the pleasures Jem had been promised, each GIRMITier shunned to the signs of their own vanity. Their march was as real as the day itself, their struggle as harsh as a whipping lash. To whom do they seek for aid when no one barely remembered their own past and what had been taken away from them? Their demise was imminent, hence they could not see a moment of relief, guilt-stricken but not impounded to sell themselves short without grief. Tortured and tormented, they were denied the fruits of purity, but hung in there they did to realize their newfound prosperity. The fertile soils and zesty green acres that covered the ground below was their time to escape to freedom, but at what cost? Their esteemed pride all but vanished into thin air, completely lost. Alas, the journey drained of sweat and strained with blood, these white ghosts had stolen the last remaining fragments of their serene, victorious discovery that caused a rift. No man and woman could understand why their destiny was so apparent. The cast that drew once lines of retribution now slumber in their own reminiscences. What they acknowledged to be their strength turned to weakness in such contrast of absence. Like silk, it slipped through the fingers of 60,533 indentured laborers or GIRMITiers. Many things were lost during that nautical passage: family, caste, and religion. In cold rasping of file on steel, shredding steel each morning at the same 1 hour of ritual to mark onset of field tasking. Taking the mark of raw sickle, pressing into warm salty hide. Branding furrows on that soil, width by width scooped wave. Breaking into crates for a tune, seeking to break free of roots. The search for the moon to answer why a hacked child was part of the need for blood. Here they wait to hold their dear sons and daughters that they left behind to bring finest things. And all day long the children wait in vain, hoping that the cares would give them words of seeing. Now that substance is passed into moments gone but still avail, their cries linger through thin walls that shepherd the morning dew that is stale, and thus their blood drips still into barren falls. Claim to freedom they made once more, their cries overheard by God above. They chose to stay and face their fears. This land was now theirs to keep and love. Their journey so traumatic yet kept them alive, their senses so vague and yet they survived. Their destiny so real and yet they never tried to escape their own fates, but instead to lead their own fights. The treaty between the parties was signed and sealed. their brutality accounted for and judged by God's grace. Their destiny, as it was said, would conquer the lush green pastures. This land was there called Viti, their newfound place. And so the GIRMIT was written and celebrations took stand. A legendary was accounted with white ghost was written. Their sufferings recorded and placed in hand, there finally came to end that they never regretted. Indian patriarchal ideologies and stereotypes displacement resulting from the journey across the Kalapani, unsatisfactory living conditions, the struggle to maintain a stable family life, exploitation by overseers and sailors, and feuds among Europeans and wealthy Indians. Some root causes of homicide and wife murder during the years of indenture. Naka.
Wale na keno ya waka sartalanga kina ena bola sartalanga mengo na keno wagana numi talanga na talai sambale retasela la skora. Naka.
One man's special gift to Fiji. I am once again honored and privileged to celebrate to this special moment of Ratu SUKUNA. Ratu SUKUNA was unique in many ways. Contributing to the nation and to the indigenous people will forever be enshrined in the history of this nation. His sustained devotion to duty and selfless contribution to the development of the indigenous race. To our nation are his living testimonies, which people of the nation forever be grateful for. The policies he laid in the institution he established and nurtured continued to uphold and implement for the government, welfare of the indigenous people, lasting peace and progress for our country. The memorial supplement will once again bring forth the unique characteristics of this great leader. Ratu SUKUNA was the northern star amongst many stars in the galaxy. He had wisdom, foresight, commitment of purpose, loyalty to this country and to the Queen. All this enabled him to achieve the heights he reached as a distinguished scholar, decorated soldier, an outstanding politician, a reserved statesman, and a high chief of this country. As we celebrate this special day, let one and all reflect upon his life and contributions to the nation. Ratu SUKUNA had contributed the cause of this country. We, the people of this country, should pledge to continue to build this nation for multiracial, populous to line in peace, progress, and prosperity. Naka.
Wale ya kevini na ndo wote tikumai ena singo bina kenindai kenolunde na makikina ena bula mayongo na boleh besar deliti na bokuni serikali ni singo bina kanikuwa kar ngoni buli main na AOG High School kata laki na rado tali taka na bola serikali kanon ratali di taltinga wakabuli na boleh besar nongoleo ya mekani yoti yotinga pada batiko AOG ena buni sot ni Coca-Cola Games na mada mayongo. Sa wawaro binaka?
Iya, sa wawaro binaka sila ng athletes.
Vita to ko na namdaw ngoni buler na baita.
Lima.
Arto lima. Sandi no rida tigo na namdo interhouse ka sartala kin sa total ngani zone rida tigo nindo sa VOYAGE kin sa ngono balawang ya mo ibuga turtale. Ya kalon malkim do sa nabang na matartal tingan sa ni Coca-Cola Games na boleh sar nonglaw na boleh talingan Serekali medingo mirati ko mataka binang ni kuwa ke robe surati sartal nga na mga tigo man Serekali na makingono batawang ni mataka garin rawani na liya wili ka tigani ka rongo tigani and a Facebook page na VitiFM and mataka binakinindai. Andi Litiana Kolikata maramani tailevo ra fomu vitutiko mana AOG High School